Slapface?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 horror film Slapface, a film that was written and directed by Jeremiah Kipp, and it stars August Maturo, Mike Manning and Lieb Bearer. Now the film focuses primarily on two brothers. There's the older brother Tom and the younger brother Lucas. They lost their parents sometime previously in a car accident. I believe they drowned in a car accident, I think. And Tom is left to raise Lucas. Now, Lucas is going off the rails. He's constantly in trouble with the local police authorities. He's constantly getting bullied by some local girls, twins. And his life's just not in a good place at all. Now, he goes searching in the woods. This abandoned building. He goes in this abandoned building as a dare. And whilst in there, he discovers that there is a potentially local legend that may well be true, whereas there's like this witch or this creature that is haunting the local area and the woods in particular. Right, what are my thoughts on Slapface? Well, this apparently is based on a remake of a 2017 short film, and I think it's the same writer and filmmaker that did it. I haven't seen the short film that came out in 2017, and this is almost like two sides of the same coin, really, this film. I think one aspect of this film is that it's a thoughtful, well-made horror film. But the other flip side to that, to some people, will be that it is a bit dull, and it drags, and it's not particularly satisfying. So it's one of those. I could definitely understand why this will probably do well with critics, not so much with audience members, if that makes sense, because it doesn't really deliver too much in regards to the horror. Like I say, it's a bit heavy on the drama side, on the family and the relationship and the drama and all this kind of stuff, which is absolutely fine. In fact, I quite enjoyed that aspect of it because the film was really well directed. It's got some beautiful cinematography, and the performances by everybody, bar none here in this film, are of really, really good standard. August Maturo is the real standout here, this young actor who plays this really troubled boy, Lucas, and who builds this weird relationship with this presence in the woods. And I'm not really sure what else to call it because it doesn't really specify what it is. It looks like a witch, but you never really see it doing any witchcraft or anything like that. But it's got the look of a real classic witch, like with a crooked nose and all this kind of stuff. It's quite well designed, but you only ever really see it in shadows, and you don't really see it full on very, very often at all. Which again is not a bad thing. It's always a good thing. I think sometimes less is more in these sort of films. But it doesn't really specify what this creature is. And to some degree, again, and this might annoy some audience members, is it's probably left, a lot of it is left to you as an audience member to decide, is this creature a manifestation of this boy's grief or inner rage over the loss of his parents and everything that's going wrong in his life, his deep depression? Really, he's in a very, very dark place, is this young man. So is this a manifestation of everything that is happening in his life, or is it real? Is it something far more sinister? And it does kind of, to a large degree, let you make your own mind up, but still it leaves a very unsatisfying taste in the mouth by the end of the film, because you almost feel betrayed about what you've seen in the film. This creature doing a lot of things it's doing. It's a case of, it seems completely devoted to this boy Lucas, almost a motherly figure to him, which is obviously what he needs in his life. I get that. I get what the film is doing there. But anybody that wrongs this boy in any way, shape or form is done for. They've had it. Basically, this creature essentially seeks them out, and, you know, they're never seen again, basically. So there's lots of things here in place to make this film enjoyable. I almost said fun there, but it's not fun. It's not, it's a bit of a drag. The pacing is going to, I think, is going to put a lot of people off. The fact that it's heavy on the drama side and heavy on the family relationships, and, you know, there's lots of shouting, lots of arguing, this kind of stuff. And then when it does lean into the horror aspects, it's quite successful. You know, it's dark, it's dingy, there's really tense, scratchy music going on. It manages to create a real horrific atmosphere, a really, you know, tense atmosphere when it's wanting to. But I think the pacing, the lack of clarity and the lack of answers will maybe put a lot of audience members off who are wanting like a quick fix in regards to, you know, a horror film you can just pop on, watch, and not really have too many thoughts about it afterwards. This is leaning more in the Babadook aspect of horror. Obviously, it's not as good as Babadook, but it's kind of leaning more in that side of it, and it's like the psychological horror side of horror, if you like. So I think this, for me, just fell a little bit short of being something a little bit special. It's certainly watchable. There's lots of good ideas going on in this film, and like I say, great performances, good direction. But I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 because I do think it could have been so much more. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.